What did Archangel Michael and Uriel do at the most pivotal moment in history, the cross of Jesus? This is not just a simple question. It is a biblical event that few people know about, an event steeped in mystery and filled with angelic intervention. Have you ever wondered why two of the most powerful angels appeared at that historic moment when Jesus was on the cross? The crucifixion of Jesus Christ is the defining moment in human history, where everything seemed to pause, and an angel could have appeared to change the course of events. But you might be surprised to learn that during this moment, mighty angels like Michael and Uriel were not merely observing, they took deliberate action. So, did they intervene? And why were they there at that precise moment? Context. At that moment, the sky was shrouded in darkness, with the sun's light obscured by thick black clouds. The earth trembled, as if bearing the pain of all humanity. Jesus Christ, the Creator of all things, hung on the cross, a moment of boundless sacrifice. In this moment, it wasn't just humans witnessing Christ's sacrifice, heaven itself fell silent, as if unable to comprehend what was unfolding. History records that as Jesus suffered on the cross, a cold wind swept through. Yet, it wasn't just the wind, there were angels, powerful and invincible beings. Michael, the great warrior angel, stood at the gates of heaven, his eyes fixed on the human world. With a sword in hand, he stood firm, protecting God and his divine plan. Michael did not intervene in the event in a conventional way but stood as a shield, safeguarding humanity. His presence was a symbol of resilience and unwavering protection. Uriel, the angel of light and wisdom, stood near the cross, shining through the darkness. Uriel's light was not merely physical but spiritual, illuminating hearts and helping people overcome confusion and pain. Uriel was not only the angel of light but also the angel of comfort, whispering hope to those suffering at the foot of the cross. At that moment, this extraordinary sacrifice was not only Jesus but also a demonstration of divine love between God and humanity. The presence of Michael and Uriel was a testament to this boundless love, offering protection and comfort in the darkest moment of history. So why them? Why were Michael and Uriel present at this critical event? Were they the only angels capable of fulfilling this mission? And did their actions impact humanity's path to redemption? Archangel Michael and Uriel. Michael, God's great warrior angel, is described in the Bible as the leader of angels fighting against darkness. His image is not just that of a mighty warrior but also one of protection and unwavering resolve in the face of adversity. As the one who battles dark forces, Michael carries not only a sword but a sacred mission to protect God and his divine plan. Michael's presence at the gates of heaven during Jesus' sacrifice was not just a powerful image but a symbol of protection. At the most critical moment in human history, Michael did not need to act, his mere presence sent a powerful message to the forces of darkness: God has triumphed, and humanity will be redeemed. Uriel, the angel of light, is known as a bearer of wisdom and guidance. Unlike Michael, Uriel is not a warrior but a source of comfort and direction in times of hardship. As Jesus hung on the cross, Uriel stood nearby, shining in the darkness, helping the disciples and witnesses understand that this sacrifice was not an end but a new beginning for humanity's redemption. Did the presence of Michael and Uriel change the outcome of this story? Did they truly play a role in protecting and guiding during the darkest hours? If you want to dive deeper into these angels and their roles in this pivotal historical event, don't miss the upcoming parts of this story. Keep watching the video to learn more about the angels' intervention and the mysteries behind this sacred moment. The event at the cross. At this point, the cross of Jesus had become a symbol of boundless sacrifice. Though the image of Jesus in his final hours was one of pain and despair, alongside that suffering was a great light, a ray of hope piercing the deep darkness of humanity. When Christ's blood spilled onto the earth, the heavens seemed to hold their breath. These words perfectly capture the feeling of all who witnessed that miraculous event. This sacrifice was not an end but a new beginning for all humanity. Each drop of Jesus' blood carried redemption, washing away the sins of mankind. Michael, the guardian angel, stood firm in heaven, not intervening with force, but his presence was a powerful message of God's protection and authority. Michael did not need to fight in that moment because God had already triumphed. Instead of descending to earth to stop the suffering, Michael stood resolute, protecting God and his plan for humanity's salvation. Meanwhile, Uriel, the angel of light, stood at the foot of the cross, shining through the darkness of despair. Uriel's light was not physical but divine, offering comfort to the disciples standing below, helping them hold fast to their faith in the most trying moments. Uriel stood at the foot of the cross, silent, gazing into the eyes of those suffering around him, using his light to ease their anxiety. His eyes did not look down at the earthly world but toward heaven, where God's victory was secured and affirmed. The intervention of Michael and Uriel in this moment was irreplaceable. They were not angels wielding absolute power but guardians and bearers of light, offering comfort and protection to those in pain. Each angel had a distinct mission, a role no one else could fulfill. And when Jesus spoke his final words, they were not merely a farewell. "Father, into your hands I commend my spirit." This was a prayer filled with hope, a declaration that this sacrifice paved the way for redemption. But in that moment, did anyone truly grasp the depth of love and sacrifice Jesus offered for humanity? The angels' reactions and historical reflections. When Jesus breathed his last, the heavens fell silent. Though Michael and Uriel could not act directly, their presence made a profound difference in that historic moment. Michael, God's great warrior, remained steadfast in heaven. His sword no longer needed to be raised, for God had triumphed. Yet, as he looked upon the immense suffering on earth, Michael's heart pulsed with deep sorrow. This is the moment humanity needs love more than ever, Michael thought, and within him, a seed of hope sprouted, that this suffering would not last forever. Uriel, the angel of light, continued to shine, not only through physical darkness but as a beacon of hope for those seeking redemption. Though Jesus' life ended on the cross, in Uriel's light, the disciples found the strength to continue their journey. They understood that Christ's sacrifice was not an end but the beginning of a new path. In all these scenes, one thing cannot be overlooked: none of the angels acted to change the outcome of the sacrifice, but they were guardians and bearers of light in the darkest moments of history. Michael and Uriel helped humanity realize that even in the most painful times, God's protection and light are ever present. Have you ever wondered if, without the angels' intervention, Jesus would have faced his suffering alone? Continue exploring the story of these angels, for we have yet to uncover all the mysteries behind Jesus' sacrifice. Stay tuned for the next part to learn more about the angels' next steps and their role in protecting humanity. The mysterious actions of the angels. While the world below was engulfed in pain and paralysis from the great sacrifice, heaven moved to a different rhythm. Above, in the holy realm, Michael and Uriel continued to fulfill their missions, each with a distinct purpose, not only to protect God but also to safeguard his plan for humanity's redemption. Michael, in heaven, never wavered. Though he did not act directly during Jesus' crucifixion, his mission endured. Amid the darkness enveloping the world, as black clouds covered the universe, Michael stood firm with his great shield, protecting God's plan and ensuring no force could destroy what God had begun. From the holy realm, he observed everything, like a warrior ready to face any enemy, always safeguarding humanity's faith and hope. Uriel, the angel of light, bore a different responsibility. In the darkest moment of history, when Jesus' death seemed to extinguish all hope, Uriel did something extraordinary. Not only did he stand by the cross, but he also brought the light of wisdom and guidance to Jesus' disciples. As they suffered, filled with anxiety and doubt, Uriel used his light to strengthen and comfort them. Through gentle gestures and soothing words, Uriel illuminated not just physically but spiritually. "Do not fear," Uriel whispered, "this sacrifice is the path to redemption. It is not the end but the beginning for all humanity." His words were like a cool stream in a barren desert, bringing peace to the souls of those witnessing the horrific scene. Yet, in all their actions, Michael and Uriel did not reveal much about what they were doing. They were not angels who acted overtly. They were not warriors making noise or prominent leaders. They quietly fulfilled their roles, protecting and guiding in the shadows and silence. They knew that in moments like these, their intervention didn't need to be seen, it needed to be felt. There are times when an angel's presence is not to act but to sustain faith. This simple yet profound statement encapsulates what angels like Michael and Uriel understood. They didn't need to change the world instantly, they only needed to be there, ensuring God's plan was protected and humanity's hope endured. Reality and the invisible battles. What we see in the story of Jesus' sacrifice is not just a historical event but an invisible battle, a war between light and darkness, sacrifice and sin, life and death. Michael, as a warrior of light, did not directly engage in this battle, but he was part of the great victory. He did not wield his sword to cut the cords of Jesus' suffering, but his presence in the universe affirmed that this sacrifice was not a defeat but a triumph of sacrifice over death. Uriel, the angel of wisdom, knew that what happened on the cross could not be fully understood through human eyes. Uriel witnessed death but also saw the new life born from it. Death is not the end, he thought. Jesus' death is the beginning of eternal life. Uriel understood that, though death is inevitable in the physical world, in the spiritual realm, this sacrifice opened a new door, a new journey for humanity. In that moment, as Jesus completed his work on the cross, Michael and Uriel knew the battle was far from over. This was not a victory of the physical world but of eternity. Jesus had fulfilled his mission, and now the angels would continue to protect and guide humanity through the challenges ahead. Can you feel the power of that sacrifice? Have you ever wondered if, without these angels, Jesus could have completed his mission on the cross? Continue exploring the mysteries surrounding this sacred event and stay tuned to the video to uncover more inspiring stories. Call to action. We have journeyed through a mystical and moving story, uncovering the secrets of Jesus' sacrifice and the critical roles of the angels in that historic moment. But the story doesn't end here. These angels, Michael and Uriel, were not mere bystanders, they were active participants in a grand plan of redemption that impacts us all. Do you feel that without Michael's protection and Uriel's light, we could fully grasp the significance of that sacrifice? Do you realize that each of us, no matter where we are, can find protection and light in the darkest moments of our lives? And here's the biggest question: are you ready to open your heart and embrace the boundless love that sacrifice represents? Are you ready to step into the journey Jesus opened for us? Keep following and engaging with this story, for we have yet to uncover all the wonders behind this great sacrifice. Don't miss the next parts to discover the secrets of redemption and find hope in the light of God and His guardian angels. Subscribe to my channel now to stay updated on every crucial detail of this journey. Let this story not just stay on your screen but touch your heart. Share this video with those you love so that God's love and light can spread and reach more people. Conclusion. Through each part of this story, we have explored not only Jesus' sacrifice but also the vital roles of the angels, Michael and Uriel, in God's plan of redemption. While Jesus' sacrifice on the cross is known to all, the angels' roles remain a largely untold mystery. Michael is not just God's mighty warrior but a model of protection, resilience, and silent sacrifice. Uriel, the angel of light and wisdom, brings comfort and hope in the darkness. Together, though they did not act in ways humans might expect, they contributed to humanity's redemption in profoundly significant ways. So, the final question we must ask ourselves is, are you ready to open your heart and embrace the divine love that Jesus and His angels offer? Let this story inspire you as the beginning of your own journey, where light and love will always guide your path. And finally, if this story has touched your heart, don't hesitate to share, subscribe to the channel, and join us in exploring more divine stories and profound lessons we can learn from the angels and Jesus' sacrifice. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Remember, each of us can bring light to this world, just as the angels did. Wishing you a journey full of hope and faith in a brighter future.